Welcome to Baby Boomer University. As we get older, we have a lot more needs than we had when we were younger. What do you do when you or a loved one needs in-home care? Well, today's guest is Stephanie Aldridge. She is a home care consultant from Home Instead Cares. She has over 10 years of experience in the healthcare industry, starting her career in the skilled nursing industry. She's worked with the rehabilitation process and moved to non-medical home care in 2014. Her vast amount of knowledge will give us great insight into the in-home care profession. Welcome to Baby Boomer University. By doing some of that training, can they kind of foresee when a transition might be coming up, where maybe it's time for mom and or dad to transition to, maybe whatever.
You mean like an assisted living or something
well, even
like
beyond
that?
assisted living, maybe
like
memory care or something of that nature.
We would say something. Well, because we have a quality assurance program. So we have a nurse that goes into the homes.
Okay.
And she makes sure that the care is, very good. And she can make suggestions like, I think they need more care.
Okay.
And then sometimes, maybe they could scale back on care. But unfortunately, because of the aging process, usually people do need
for sure
a little bit of more care after a few years. But then if we think memory care would be appropriate, because they could always increase hours with us because we do round the clock care.
Okay.
So we would be qualified to handle that.
Right.
And especially with the help of some other outside services, like a medical home care. Like if we see an increase in weakness, then we can refer to like one of our partners in the industry that can do therapy. Okay. And then maybe a nurse would come and help if they had developed, a skin issue. So there's always people that we rely on in the community to help us. They could increase care. And if let's say they didn't want to increase care with Home Instead, then we might say, you know what, I think it is time for a memory care because their safety is our top priority.
Well, I think the biggest thing there is just knowing as an adult child that someone's actively watching, the elder mom and or dad and not being blindsided, not getting that call that, by the way, your mom's been having night frights for the last, and we can no longer handle her, do something with her.
Yeah.
So you guys have the systems. It sounds like you have the systems in place to kind of keep them in the loop, but project those future cares before it becomes a huge issue.
Oh, absolutely. No, we would call and make suggestions. Perfect example. My nurse, she goes and sees the clients. So she went and saw one and she said, I think that they need a few additional pieces of equipment in the home.
Okay.
So, okay, Debbie, that sounds great. So I call the family and I let them know that in order for the safety of your father and the safety of our caregivers, because we don't want them to hurt themselves with, injuring their backs and things like that we need, these pieces of equipment. And then it's, up to the family to get those pieces of equipment. And usually they do. So it's not an issue, so it's safe for everyone.
Well, that actually is. I'll read another one of your reviews.
Good.
So, our aide is a wonderful caring help to my husband. She is always prompt and pleasant. The home care has been all we had hoped for. And like this situation, it sounds like there's a husband and wife. And not only do they want to age in place, they want to age together. And do you run into that quite a bit where, quite frankly, your services are the difference between, because we have had some clients where, the husband went to a senior community because he needed the assistance and the wife stayed at home. Now, I don't know why they decided to do that, but it sounds like you can really prevent that from happening.
Oh, we can totally help. We can help in that situation a great deal, because if you're the spouse of someone that needs assistance and you are doing their care round the clock, it is so hard. And especially
for sure,
if it's the spouse, they could be 85 too. So that is really hard on someone. So when they, contact Home Instead, let's say they get someone to help every other day. Well, then every other day, the spouse gets a break. and then they can get out of the house and run errands. So I always tell them that because you got worn out because you're caring for your loved
Right.
ones so much, then they have no one to care for them.
Sure.
So it's a very good idea to take a break, even if it's just every other day for a few hours.
Oh, totally agree.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that being a caregiver for your loved one, wife to a husband or an adult child to their parents, is huge, a huge responsibility and very draining on them, not only physically, but mentally. So let's say someone was like that, hey, I'm taking care of my mom. I moved back from wherever, and I just need a break. What's kind of the minimum for you guys and the maximum? The maximum, I imagine, would be 24/7.
Yeah, around the clock care. But the minimum at my home instead, which, we're in Shelby Township, it's 8 hours a week. So if they only want the bare minimum, then it would be 2 4-hour shifts.
Okay.
Or 3-hour shifts. I know that equals 9, but still, you can get a lot done if you can run out for 3 hours or even 4 hours. You can go to your own doctor's appointments,
Right.
run errands, go to the grocery store. Sometimes they don't even leave, but then they know that they could just relax in their bedroom and our caregiver will have
Right.
everything handled.
Just take a break
Yeah.
for a minute, which that is huge because quite frankly, like you were saying with the husband and wife scenario, where at some point, if she doesn't take a break in this case and get someone to help, then right, you're not going to be able to take care of him.
No,
There's going to come to that point. And that's a really neat service, I think. People don't realize that just those 3-hour time slots, even if it's just going to Starbucks and having a cup of coffee and just decompressing, it's going to make for a better relationship when you agree between that caregiver and their loved one.
Oh, yeah, because then I'm not going to say that they resent them.
No.
But maybe they can't visit their friends. Maybe they don't feel good now because they're getting worn down. And they're like, all of this is a result because I'm the round-the-clock caregiver for my spouse, who I love. But if they are able to get out of the house once in a while or just not have to worry about that person, it does so much for their well-being. They could be a better caregiver then.
Oh, absolutely. And having your professional eyes coming in, because quite frankly, business I'm really good at. Medical is not my gig.
Yeah.
But having someone come in that says, hey, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is going on. We need to get someone in to look at it. That in itself would just be a huge value added.
Absolutely. Just little things like there are doctors that make house calls.
Oh, sure.
There are podiatrists that go to the home. You can have a physical therapist come to the house, and then you can have your professional caregiver. So you can have everything you need really come to your home.
And you can even order a pizza.
That's right. You can even have pizza.
Oh, my goodness. It's like the Amazon of medical. Right to the door, no boxes. Okay.
Trudy, you look overwhelmed.
Trying to take care of my old house is quite a challenge.
Time to downsize.
I know. That's what everybody says.
Oh no, Trudy. Time to Downsize is the free real estate relocation company Bob and I used when we sold the Colonial and moved into this condo. They helped us find a great real estate agent and helped us every step of the way. We have a brand new life.
I'm calling Time to Downsize today.
Call 248-480-7700.